Oh man, it is a absolute pleasure to be here. I got to hear all your pitches. I got to interview some of you yesterday. But let me take Neru's a page from his book, and I will introduce myself. So my name is Andrew Whitmire. I am from the United States, and one of my hobbies is making a fool of myself in front of teenagers. So in service of that, I want to dance with somebody who loves me. Okay, all right, thank you very much. I'm here all week. I also, in addition to making a silly fool of myself, thank you for that, I represent the Project Management Institute Education Foundation. And we care deeply about you all. We care about your companies, we care about your products, and we care about your ability to change the world through project success. You are the future leaders of your countries, you're the future leaders of our world, in fact. And unfortunately, you've got a big burden on your shoulders. You gotta save the world. But we know that every single one of you has the ability and the potential and the skill set, more importantly, to do so. So don't forget that, lean into it, understand your skills and your abilities, and today, take on some of the things that Neru shares with you and take what works for you. Integrate it into your life, integrate it into your schoolwork, and more importantly, integrate it into how you're going to make the world a better place, right? Okay, so before I toss it right over to Neru, can everyone stand up? We're gonna do a little activity that I like to call a shakeout. So we're gonna really get moving, gonna get those creaky bones rolling. So the way it works is you're gonna take your left hand, this is my right, but you take your left, so you're mirroring me, and you're gonna shake it 8 times, and we're gonna say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? That's it. Now you're gonna put that down, you're gonna take now your right arm, my left, and you're gonna do that 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? Now, we're gonna take our left leg, right for me, and you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you might know where we're going. You're gonna take your other leg and you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna start over again, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then we're gonna do 7, 7, 7, and we're gonna count all the way down to 1. Okay, everyone got it? Ready to do a little shakeout? All right, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Say it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. All right. And with that, I'm going to toss it back over to Kirk. Thank you all.
All right, let's give Andrew another round of applause. Thank you, Andrew. That was awesome. Awesome. I sense Andrew has a new career trajectory, perhaps, as a stand-up comic. Could be many things. Wonderful. All right, well, let's get to it. So before I introduce Neru very quickly, let me just say at the end of this session, we are going to have about 10 minutes, 15 minutes for Q&A. So I'd really encourage all of you to use this opportunity now that you're awake and you've overcome any shyness that you might have had, any cobwebs, to really write down a few questions and engage with Neru, engage with Andrew, all of the people that you have a chance to meet and ask questions with. Take advantage of that. So we will have a little bit of time at the end. So without further ado, Neru. Neru is a really well-known success coach and mentor. He's built his own personal brand. He was previously with PMI, but He's gone on to do really, really incredible things during that time and since. He's trained more than 45,000 professionals in project management execution. He's worked on all kinds of big projects over the years, worked with incredible organizations. So, for example, he helped to oversee and advise on project management related skills for the construction of Disneyland in Hong Kong, Malaysia's budget preparation, smart school implementation, and also as an advisor to the Malaysian Investment Development Authority, among many other things. And so Nehru really has a wealth of knowledge. He's got a lot of academic knowledge, but he's also got a lot of street smarts, a lot of practical knowledge that I'm sure he's going to share with and that you're going to appreciate. So again, listen carefully, lean into it, as Andrew said, to use that phrase, really ask questions, write things down, engage with him, and get as much out of this as you can. So without further ado, Nehru, over to you. Let's welcome Nehru back to the stage.
Thank you, thank you. Wow, this is supposed to be my slide. But thanks for the introduction. All right, welcome back, team. Welcome back. So let me now talk about project management. A lot of them said project management is such a boring topic, right? That's what they said. But I tell you, I'm having fun like crazy in the last 36 years. Yeah. All right, 36 years of doing project. I started when I was 18 years old. All right, I started my career when I was 18. 19 years old, I was already a project manager, accidentally. All right, and I was thrown into the lion's den, and I failed my project management. There's a lot of, how do I say? The word failure is such a negative word, right? It's only in the later part of my life I realized, whoa, I failed, and I got excited. Right, the reason is, and let me share this with you. If you want to write it down because there's going to be a lot of good points for you. Please fail. And you got to fail now. Yeah? Fail often. And that's the only way of learning and maturing in your life. Yeah? And I failed a lot of times in projects. It can tell you a lot of things about myself as well. I died once. Really? I'm not supposed to be here. Yeah, I died once because of project management, because I hate corruption. And when I went against the syndicate, they bashed me up, they kidnapped me for 2 days. And I was in ICU. And when I woke up, the doctor said, actually you died. All right? And then they managed to revive me. Yeah, so that's part of my sad part of the story. There's a lot of other things that happened throughout my life, 36 years as well. Also the success. Disneyland is one of the success, right? And every project that I do lately, it's always been success because it's experience. But that experience comes with the pain of failure, right? So you got to go through the failure. So enjoy it, enjoy the failure, enjoy the journey, enjoy your life, right? Life will not be roses throughout your life, but you got to also go through this as well. Yeah? Personal life as well as in projects. All right? So that's a little bit about me. Here's the first question. Have you done project management before? No. Actually, everybody have done. Even my daughter, 5 years old, she said, Daddy, I got excited and she wants to plant trees in her school. That's a project already. Right? That's a project by itself. Your birthday, that's a project by itself. Somebody getting married, that's a project, right? Somebody planting trees is a project. Somebody building that Petronas Twin Tower, later you're going to go there, that's a project. You look at it, everything that you are doing is a project. Your 4-year degree is a project. Your convocation is a project, right? Every single thing that you are doing is a project. As long as there's a deadline, there is a budget, there is resources, there's a risk, and you have a goal to achieve. These 5 things defines what a project is. All right? So remember, everything that you do, you surely will have these 5 characteristics. What are those here? One is you must have a goal. Second, you must have a deadline. Number 3, you must have resources, budget, and the last one, risk, exactly. Right? So these are some of the characteristics of a project. Right? So according to PMI, it says a project means it's a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or services. Temporary because it's a deadline driven. So once your project is over, yeah, it's over. Now what do you think you are doing here? Yesterday, today, not only yesterday, preparing for this event, right? So you're planning, and then you are now in the execution phase of the project, right? So, and when is it closing, yeah? Today or tomorrow? Today, yeah? Right. And then for the organizer, it's not today. It's going to be a lot of reports to be written and so on. Yeah, that's a project by itself, right? So every time I conduct a training, 2 days or 5 days, that's a project by itself. Right? I got to plan for the training, and then I have to conduct the training. After the training, I got to create a report. Right? So just think about it. Your life is all about project. Yeah? So that's why, like earlier, Andrew also mentioned about this. Throughout your life, you are going to do project. You can't run away. You can't even say it's a skill. It's part of your life. Right? So, and whether you're in HR or whether you're in finance in future or whether you're going to be a scientist, every single thing is a project. All right? So that's a lessons learned for you. So just remember this. Project management usually have 3 components. First one is your knowledge. And let me tell you, yeah, project management has 49 processes altogether, but you don't have to apply all the 49 processes in every project. Choose the relevant ones. For your project that you have done, you have applied some of the project without you knowing. Yeah, and let me share with you what are those. Second one you must have is skills. No point for you to have the knowledge, study all the project management, but you got no skills, right? So you must have certain skills as well, which I'll come to it in the next slide. The last one is you must know how to use the tools, techniques when you are doing a project management, Gantt charts, your Excel or your Microsoft project or whatever tools, right? Reports, all of these are part of the things that you should have. Yeah, so according to PMI, you must have the following skills, If you are a leader, yeah, you must have the following skills. Communication skill is important. Most important skill is communication skill. 69% of the time, yeah, you will be communicating with everyone, right? With your bosses, with your stakeholders, with your supplier, with your colleagues, all right? So you'll be talking, communication. Communication, there's 3 components. Writing skill, talking and presenting skill. The last one is, your body language is also a communication. Like what I'm doing now. Gesture. Right? How do you know a person is lying here? When you ask somebody a question, right? And you spotted that they are lying. How do you know they are lying here? Your hand. Give me an example of that. Nice one, right? Eye contact is very important. So when your eye run away from the person that you are talking to, especially when you are going left or right, not looking into the eye, that's usually is hiding some information from you, right? Or look at the way I'm blinking, right? So usually your blinking will be normal, right? After certain seconds, then you blink. But somebody who is hiding information, usually they blink 2 or 3 times this way. Yeah. But not all, yeah. Generally, right? Generally, most of them will blink this way. Just like that, when you want to handshake, there's a lot of techniques. Handshake this way, handshake this way. Right? That there are a variety of techniques. So remember, even your body language is a communication. Be conscious about it, right? In your body language. And then we have problem solving skill. And then you have strategic thinking. And then leadership, right? So my advice to you, remember this. I know you talk about project managers, the title called project managers. It's so boring. It's for the old people, right? The old people are not admitting that. We have a problem now. All right. So it started a long time ago. For you, please don't call yourself project manager. Project manager is not an official title. It's the role that you are playing. For the younger ones, don't call yourself project manager. Call yourself change makers. Because you are going to bring change to the world, to your organization, to your family, everything. Right? So if you go and search #changemaker, you will know what I mean. Yeah, so be aware of that. You bring change to this earth. You bring change to the nature. You bring change to the human, right? Mankind. So that's your role. There's a lot of projects are available for you. Yeah, contribute towards that. Number two, and I'm going to speak about leadership as well. Leadership is about you. Discipline is a leadership. Being proactive is a leadership. The first person who raise the hand, that's a leader. Right? If you react, that's different. Yeah? Having self-confidence is leadership. So there's a lot of characteristics under that leadership thing, right? Shall we demonstrate this, yeah? Okay. We are going to play games now. Another game. I need 8 volunteers. 1. Wow, okay, it's going to be a tough game for you. 2, 3. All right. What you do is grab your chair, come forward, and just put your chairs here. Trusting your team member is part of leadership. Remember all of these key points that I'm mentioning, yeah? Communicating is leadership. Effective communication. Now bring your chair. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can actually place it this way. All right. So let me show you how you should be arranging your chair. Nice. Okay. You can come over here. And then the next chair will be here. This way. And here. And the last person there. And then another 3 more person. This side. As long as you're not wearing a skirt. Proactive, remember? Leadership. Start demonstrating now itself. You are learning something. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Similar arrangement. All right. Fantastic. Okay. Usually project managers are people who do impossible things. Sending a person to the moon is one of them. All right. And yeah, a lot of Petronas Twin Tower. Building all of this, right? It looks impossible, right? Birch Tower. So likewise, yeah, project managers, we bring about change. That's why I call it change makers. So what they are going to do is, they're going to do something impossible. They're going to start floating without any support, without the chair. All right? So let's try, yeah? So I will demonstrate one. Actually, I need 2 more volunteers if anyone can help me. 2 more. This person won't be a scapegoat. You are lucky, come. All right, 1 more person. Okay, you will be in charge of this group. You will be in charge of this group, right? So all the 4 of you be seated. Okay, and I choose only 2 groups, right? But later, once you go back to your country, then you can try this with your group as well, right? So how you are going to be seated is this way. I'll demonstrate here, yeah? So you have to face me. Come forward a bit at the edge of that chair. Nice. All right, and then you face the other side. Okay, and go forward a bit, and you should be able to lie down on his leg here. So you have to go a bit more closer so that you're a bit more balanced. Just adjust yourselves. Nice. But shoulder. Can. Right, fine. Can or not? Can, Not the shoulder, your head, Try. Okay, I think this is good. This is good. Okay. Now, likewise, turn the other side, and then make sure you're able to lie here. A bit more this side. This side. Your head should be here. Yeah, comfortable? Yeah. All right. Okay, next person. Lie here. Not your shoulder, yeah, your head. Adjust yourself, okay? Let's try. Complete the whole thing. Comfortable? Wow, with the flower. Nice. All right, do the same thing as well. Make sure you're comfortable, yeah? Otherwise, you will be floating somewhere else. This is too tight. Yeah, too tight. Yeah, maybe you have to go a bit more behind. A bit more this side. All right. Hey, great job, man. Great job. They're already floating, right? Okay, not yet. So now the volunteer, you know what you're supposed to do, right? So, team, simple. What are the things I mentioned about leadership? Do the impossible, right?
Yes. And there's a risk.
Trust is important. Risk is another keyword. I like that. What else? What else about leadership? A goal, right? And here's the goal. You're supposed to be floating. Yeah? And here's what the volunteer is going to do. They're going to take out the chair. Yeah? Once all the chairs are taken out, you are supposed to remain like this. If you say, oh my God, that's not trust anymore already. Okay? And here's what you're supposed to do, yeah? Team members, when you're sitting exactly like that, you should be putting your hand this way. Yeah, put your hand this way. Yeah. Alright, because the moment you start touching here and so on, then that's you're no longer trusting yourself. So be strong. Next thing is trust your team member. Remember, they will support you. They are supporting you with their leg already. Yeah. So trust each one of your team member. Oh, another one more. The moment you start laughing, your confidence will be shaken. Alright, so do not laugh throughout this activity. Yeah? What do you all think? Can do it or cannot do it? Can. Alright, you should last only for 10 seconds. Only 10 seconds. Alright? And let me do the honors by pulling out the first chair. Yeah? So what you do is you raise slightly up. That's it. There you go. Okay? Do not laugh. You want to take out one chair? Not her, not her. Be who is the toughest. No. Can lah. Here. I think that'll be good.
Yeah, I'm willing.
Balance with your leg, yeah? Nice. Alright, second person. Raise up. Okay, yeah, done. Alright, okay. Okay, second person. No. Let's try here.
Okay. Oh God. Yeah.
Relax yourself, yeah? Relax. Don't laugh. Remember, trust your team member. Raise up and pull. Yeah, fantastic. Alright. Third person. Trust your team member. Trust your team member. Do not laugh.
How many chairs have you taken now?
Third person. Try again. This guy is strong. Okay. Let's try. Okay. Balance yourself. Your leg is good. Good. Support yourself.
3, 2, 1.
Nice. Fantastic. All right. Oops. Try again. Okay. First round is okay. Let's try again. Mission failed. All right. Let's try. Second time. Remember, failure is important. So at least you learn your lessons. Okay. Second time. Done. Nice. Okay. Now you know how to support yourself, right? Oh, I forgot to mention the winner gets chocolates. The fastest gets chocolate. Restart. Your hand is gone already. Yeah. Restart. You must support yourself. Make sure your hand is this way. Try again. Looks good. Nice. Fantastic.
Oh God. This is just like a second.
And the last one.
1, 2, 3. Come on, away.
Nice. Okay, 10 seconds from now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Okay. Congrats. Congrats. Here you go. And one more. 10 seconds from now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good one, good one, good one. All right, hey, good one. Okay, let me give you some chocolates as well for this. Here you go, winners. Maybe you can pass it to your team members as well. And one more. You're good, all right. Hey, thank you, team.
Thank you so much.
Fantastic, fantastic. Let me just put my chocolates here. It looked impossible, right, at the early stage. Yeah, you started floating and so on. It's almost impossible, but you know it can be done. You know how? Can anyone tell me how this activity you are able to complete this?
By trusting your teammates.
Correct, right? Without trusting your team members, you cannot do projects. Projects is all about team. Yesterday you did a presentation, it's not a one-person show, right? I notice everyone is talking as a leader. That's very important. Yeah, trust is important. What else? What else? Anyone can tell me? Give me 3 points. Where's my remote?
Coordination.
Coordination is very important. That is what we call projects anyway. Projects, you need monitoring and control. Right? Very important. Excellent. Good one. What else? Perseverance, right? Do not give up, right? So there's a lot of urge for you to quit, you know. Don't quit. Please fail. Even if you think the things are going tough on you, go ahead. Please fail. But don't quit, because then you won't learn a lesson. Right? So learn the lesson and then make sure you don't repeat it in the future as well. Yeah, so that's one. So that's how things are done, you know. All the impossible things are done through this, through leadership, through good communication, having a good team, trusting each other, persevering. All of these are important skills. Important skills, right? This is just a sample. But there's a lot of things we can do miracles if you really have a good team. All right? So team, just remember this. Every project that you go through, yeah, you'll go through these 5 life cycles, you know. First, you'll start with initiating. Somebody got an idea. Yesterday, somebody told me, I got this idea. Why not we do this? That sparks an idea, right? Once an idea is sparked, then you start the project. We call it initiation phase. Then we start thinking, hey, how shall we do it? How much money do we need? What are the activities that we need to perform? Right? And who are the people I need to consult? And those are all part of planning. 60% of your time you should be spending here in planning. Right? And then let's go ahead and start setting up the business, start running the show. That's called execution. But while you are running the show, you got to start monitoring your budget. You got to start monitoring your motivation of your team members. You got to monitor your stakeholders. All of these are important. That's part of monitoring. And once the project is over, it's closing. What do you think you should be doing under closing? Celebrate, don't forget. Right? Celebrate. In Malaysia, you know how we celebrate? Food. Yeah. So yeah, whichever way, you want to reward them, give them certificate or whatever, right? Now team, if you can grab your phone, it will be useful, because as I teach this, no point just giving you a theory, but I'll give you some templates as well. So I'll show you some templates and then you can use this for your project management. I'll show you some of the templates. This is one of the most important template for planning. It's called WBS, or work breakdown structure. Yeah, simple concept. Don't complicate things. Remember this. A lot of people like to complicate projects. 1 year project, my gosh. Actually, the project can be done in 1 or 2 months. But our mind here likes to complicate things. So remember, instead of making your project complex, simplify your project. Usually hospitals, it takes about 2-3 years to construct a hospital, right? Somebody in China, during COVID, they built a hospital in just 10 days. How did they do it? leadership is important. The other one is simplify, right? So like similarly, if you want to plan things, use this as one of your tools. Yeah, work breakdown structure. The whole idea of a work breakdown structure is just to make sure you break it down such a way that you know what exactly are the activities that you need to perform for the project. Right, that's WBS. So the best way of WBS, again, as I said, yeah, simplify. Don't try to use new softwares and, yeah, you can. But then you got to learn about the software, right? That's more complex. The best way, simple way, and this was done by Airbus 380, yeah? When they built the Airbus 380, they never use software, you know. They just use the sticky pad to design or the plan, right? How to build that aeroplane. All right, so use sticky pad as much as possible. Let me tell you how this is done. Yeah, so here you have your sticky pads, right? So what you have to do is the top level sticky pad, you put the project name. It's called WBS level 1. Project name. What's your project? Build a school. Or what's your project? Birthday. I want to organize a birthday or whatever. So level 1 is called project name. Level 2 are all the deliverables of your projects. So, for example, I have to look after the guests, right? I have to look at the entertainment for the birthday. I have to look at the photography. I have to look at the catering, the house cleaning. Each one of these deliverable you identify. This is called level 2 of your WBS. Easy, right? Level 2 is your to-do list. Sorry, not level 2. Level 3 is your to-do list. Guest management, what are the things I need to do? Okay, put a sticky pad here, right? Or your post-it note. Okay, what are the things I need to do under entertainment? Just do it. Just paste it. This is much more easier way of planning rather than the real traditional way of doing projects, which is very complicated, right? Simplify things for you. Yeah. So, team, as I said, I can go on and on, but we don't have much time. So, therefore, I have provided some templates for you. You can download this. That's me. You can either go to WBS template, or you just scan this QR code. And then you can download this template, yeah? Wow, so many phones. All right. And once you get this template, it was using that similar methods that I mentioned earlier. Simplify your planning, and then you can, yeah. It's an Excel file, and then just plan your project, yeah? Using this. Now, yesterday I saw a lot of you did some very basic planning. Basic planning. You said you have marketing, you have some sales, and you have so on, so on, so on. This is level 2. Under sales, what are the activities you need to do? Under marketing, what are the things I must do? In order to get funding, what are the things you must do? That's how you do your planning. Right? So this is more visual, right? More simplified way of doing your project. And once you have done this Gantt chart, convert this, once you have done this WBS, convert this into your Gantt chart. Right? Schedule. And again, schedule can be complex. You can use Microsoft Project, you have Primavera, so many softwares are there. Go simple. Use Excel for simple projects. For complex projects later on, use the complex software, Microsoft Project or whatever. Right? So, remember, yeah, there's also a concept called critical path. You must not have an activity that says, okay, after I do this activity, then this is the next activity, then this is the next activity. That shows that you don't have resources if everything is in sequence. If you have multiple resources, try to split them into or group them by resources. For example, task A is done by, let's say it's Andrew, task B is by Nehru, task C is by somebody, and so on. Alright, so let's say these are the activities that you're supposed to do, right? Now, critical path shows the longest duration within your Gantt chart. So let's say task A is until week 3, right? And it got delayed by another 2 more weeks or 1.5 weeks. Remember this, every time there's a delay, there will always be an impact to other activities, other related activities. So if there is a delay for this, it's supposed to start here, but then because of this delay, this activity got delayed as well. Alright, so that means your project will be extended. So be aware of this concept called critical path. Critical path is the path which is the most crucial part because any delays in that path will affect your project schedule. Yeah, and again, because of time constraint, I've created this template for you. Yeah, and feel free to use this. It's in Excel, and yeah, that's also me. You can scan this QR code. I've provided for you an Excel template for you to create Gantt charts. Yeah, so just download them, and then you can start, hey, this is scheduling. Scheduling is not a template, you know. Scheduling is actually a tutorial, YouTube tutorial, that teaches you step by step on how to create a Gantt chart in a proper way. It's not a long session. It's just about, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 34 minutes of tutorial, YouTube tutorial. Teaches you how to create a Gantt chart. Right? So learn that skill. I guarantee you, throughout your life, you will appreciate this. Throughout your life, remember I mentioned, you'll be doing projects. So therefore, yeah, just use that. Somebody mentioned just now, every project there is a risk of falling down, of not being able to support each other. You can have hundreds of risks, right? Every project, guaranteed there'll be a risk. You want to celebrate your parents' birthday. Is there a risk here? Or don't tell me they are the risk. Caterer didn't arrive at the correct time, yeah? The food did not arrive at the same time. It was raining, so less people turn up. The food poisoning, that's a risk, right? Kitchen on fire, that's a risk. You see that I can come up with hundreds of risks. But every one of the risks, if you are a good leader, if you are a good project manager, what do you think you should be doing? Minimize the risk. I like that answer. That's right. That's a beautiful word. Plan what you are going to do in case if the risk happens. We call this backup plans in a simple term. But in project management, we call it mitigation or contingencies. Right? You got to plan what's your backup plan in case this risk happens. Right? So likewise, there's a lot of things that you got to look at. There's actually 7 processes under project management when it comes to risk. You got to identify the risk first. All right? And then start measuring, hey, what is the probability or chances of this risk happening? Yeah? And then what is the impact to the project? Yeah? Right? What happens for your project? We couldn't find a sponsor. Yeah? That's a risk, right? What is the impact to your project? Yeah? That's called qualitative risk analysis. Right? So then quantitative means what kind of damage would it be financially? Yeah, if you let's say the risk already happened, what's our quantified, right, risk analysis, monetary wise? How much is the damage? Next, you come up with a backup plan. Plan your risk response. And then under execution, you implement whatever your backup plan is, and then you start monitoring throughout your project. These are the 7 processes under project management. Yeah, I'm going quite fast, and here's something that your management will love to have, Come up with a metric, something like this, and use what we call RAG. RAG stands for Red, Amber, Green Indicator. Red stands for, whoa, this probability is very severe, and the impact is quite severe as well. This is probability impact matrix, yeah? 5 by 5. So here you can see red color means it's very severe. And then you have light red. And then you have amber or orange. And then green or light green. So use these kind of indicators. I tell you, your bosses won't look at the green. They won't bother looking at the green color. Right? Because it's nothing. But the red color, they'll be asking you a question. What's your backup plan? Right? So come up with some indicators, something like this. It'll be useful for you. Yeah? Here's an example of the template, but I think it's too small, right? So what do you think we shall do? I know that this is going to happen here, so I have a backup plan, right? Which is the template. So template is in the next slide. But let me tell you, the most important slide for risk management is this. You must know how to respond. There are 5 methods of responding. One is called avoid. Try to get rid of the risk. Find a way to get rid of this risk. There's going to be a fire in this building. Oh my gosh, how are we going to organize this event, yeah? Why not we do it virtually, Zoom? That's called avoiding. Avoid the risk of meeting together. Right? So that's avoid. Transfer the risk means pass the risk to somebody else. In Chinese, we call it Tai Chi. Right? So transfer it to maybe the insurance guy. Buy insurance from them in case anything happens in this area. At least we have something, some backup plans. Next one is mitigate. Mitigate means try to find a way to reduce your probability or the impact. Next one is called accept. It's okay. Don't worry. That's called accept. Right? Do nothing. But if it happens, then you come out with some backup plans. But that's because the probability is too low, impact is too low, so we accept. The last one is escalate to your senior management. Maybe the risk is too big. Right? So, what is this then? Okay, here let me introduce something for you. Risk is not necessarily negative, yeah? Risk is also as an opportunity. Right? Every time a risk happens, there's always another story to it. There was one time Malaysia went down like crazy, you know. Our currency used to be very strong at 2.8 those days. And then something happened. Economic crisis. It went down to 6 point something. Right, 6.8 if I'm not mistaken. This was in year 1998. Economy went down. Nobody can buy property. The stock prices went down. A lot of bankruptcy, I tell you, a lot of cases of suicide. There's no money, unemployment. Nehru was in Hong Kong at that time, building Disneyland, earning US dollar. I'm a Malaysian. But what happened? Whatever happening in Malaysia, even though I'm a Malaysian, for them is negative risk, but for me it's a positive risk. Because I'm earning in US, so therefore I started buying the property in Malaysia. I started dumping my money in, in the bank. I started buying the stocks. Everything. Same risk, but for different person is a threat. For me, it's an opportunity. Right? Likewise, yeah. Every single business that you are doing, remember this. Don't look at it negatively most of the time, but instead, always try to look at it from a positive point of view. All right? So, I have a template for you as well. A risk management template. In case if you want to start using it, identify the risk, just use this. I think the slides will be shared to you as well. Right, hopefully, yeah. All right, one last thing, team. I keep talking about failure just now. Remember, failure is... there's a negative perception to the word failure. All right, but remember, as I said, failure is good. What is important is you must learn the lesson from your failure. Again, I don't like to use the word failure. I like to use the word temporary defeat. It's temporary pain. You have to go through it. Enjoy it while you're doing it. Right? But important thing is lessons learned. Every project that you're doing, you might succeed, you might fail. Or you might have challenges. All those challenges you must document. Otherwise, you'll forget, whatever happened when I was 20 years old, if I didn't document, I don't think I can learn and improve throughout my life, So therefore, you got to document. In projects as well, you got to learn. We call it lessons learned. All right, document the lessons learned. There's two types of lessons learned, One is called explicit learning. The other one is called tacit knowledge. Tacit knowledge means it's based on some belief system or something your culture related, something that you cannot talk to others, but it's there. But I cannot document it as a project management thing. All right, I'll give you an example. Actually, there's a lot of examples. I'll share with you shortly. All right, but here's some of the ways you can learn, Yesterday and today, we learn from each other, right? You learn about culture, you learn about, what the other countries are doing, what the other country is actually coming out with, what are the lessons learned. So when you do networking like this kind of session, beautiful way of learning from each other. That's one of them. Or you can have meetings or work shadowing. You know what's work shadowing? When somebody is actually working, you observe how they are doing things. Right? That's called work shadowing. Or you can do a lot of other things as well. Later, you're going to Petronas Twin Tower, right? You want me to gossip something to you about Petronas Twin Tower? You'll be shocked because I'll share some knowledge about this Petronas Twin Tower. Sharing, right? Because I've done a lot of construction projects. I've done Disneyland as well. For those of you in Hong Kong, let me start with this story. This is Hong Kong Shanghai Bank in Hong Kong. Right? For those of you who knows about this building here, HSBC building here, the first 4 floors here is empty. Their real office starts at 4th floor, or is it 5th floor? Right, 4th floor, I think. The first 3 is empty. Anyone knows why? Area for... You're from Hong Kong. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. No, that's the wrong answer. Whatever. What does Kowloon means in English? What does Kowloon means in English? 9 dragons, right? 9 dragons. So now, let me talk about, just now I mentioned that there's 2 types of knowledge, right? One is what you see, what you observe, and construction industry, this is how we design, right? All of these are the design factor, right? This is industry knowledge. But tacit knowledge is something we cannot tell you. There are stories behind, but if we tell you, we'll get embarrassed. But you have to follow. This is actually a cultural design. This is a cultural design. This is, everything is cultural design. There's elements of feng shui in it. All right, according to the construction of this, the guy who constructed this, Kowloon, which means 9 dragon, they have to freely flow. Yeah? There shouldn't be any obstructions. So when the air or the dragons are flying here, they are being, obstructed by this building. So they made the level higher so that it can just fly inside here. All right, it's an airflow. It's a feng shui element. You knew about this? Right, now, if I start saying dragons are flying, would you believe? No, right? But this is a feng shui element, cultural elements that you got to believe. Likewise, Petronas Twin Tower, yeah? Beautiful building, right? The name of this place is called Jalan Kuda, which stands for Race Course Road. It was a race course before. Not many people knows about this. This is factual, right? Let me tell you the scary story now, yeah? The tacit knowledge. When this thing exists before, a lot of gamblers, they start dumping money, for that horse and so on. They lost, they lost the gamble and so on. And, guess what they did? Sometimes they commit suicide here. Where you are going now? A lot of them commit suicide here. Right? Have you heard about Genting? All right. Genting is a gambling place. These guys are gamblers. They died here. You know what they did? Before the construction of Twin Tower? They chartered a bus. And they brought all of these ghosts all the way to Genting. They dumped them there so that they can start gambling in Genting. Laughable, right? But this is the cultural belief. Can we say no? No, this is what we did it. Right? For a lot of you who are staying in condominium, the ground floor, the car park, there is one Chinese god. Right? In the condo, right? The red color thing. You never question that, right? That's a belief system. Every construction must have that. Some of them have sacrifices, either blood or whatsoever. These are all belief systems that we cannot document saying that a project management institute says so, No, we can't. But it's a belief system. So just remember later, yeah? Oh, by the way, let me tell you another story about this. This tower is not supposed to be here. It's supposed to be somewhere. Where am I looking at? Oh, it's supposed to be the other side here. This tower. You know what happened during construction? Yeah? While they are constructing, one of the tower fell down. It's a sinkhole. It got sucked in by the earth. All right? So the entire tower went down. This was just when there was, I think, about first level or second level. It got sucked in. So that place is now called, you can see the water fountain in the KLCC area. That water fountain is the original place where this tower is supposed to be. All right? Later, when you are exploring later, you just observe all of this. All right? Don't explore and don't communicate to the ghost. Right? That's a different part of project management. This one is a risk management. People think this is for tourism. No, actually this is risk management so that the building doesn't hit each other. All right? This is all part of project management. All right? So just be aware, all of these are part of the lessons learned. Remember, every part of project management, there's always a lesson for you to learn so that you don't repeat the mistakes in future. All right? So, interesting. Shall we go to Petronas Twin Tower and explore this? Right. So, that's the end of my talk. And I'll pass it back to our MC. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nehru. Wow, that was incredible. I loved the interactive elements. Was that fun? Was that cool? Yeah? Who knew? That was so good. So good. I think we got about 10, 15 minutes. We've got a mic here. We've got Nehru here before you head out for your excursion. So I would love it if a few of you have questions that you'd like to ask. It could be specific to your project, some of the things that you've gone through, maybe a pain point, something that you didn't really have clarity on until maybe you were introduced to some of the concepts just now. Maybe it's something more general that you'd like to ask as well. But who would like to kick us off? Who's got a question?
Yeah, anyone who asks question, there's a lot of things for you chocolates again.
All right.